non-aggression pact this week in 1939. It's a trap. August 25th, 1944, Paris was liberated by the Allies after 4 years of Nazi occupation. Hawaii officially became the 50th state August 21st, 1959. 1980, Italian Reinhold Messner made the first successful solo ascent of Mount Everest, and without oxygen. I guess they didn't count his team of 5 Yetis. Pete Rose was banned from baseball for gambling in 1989. Rose has his own ban against Kane. Although I was watching for Rudy and Colleen, August 23rd, 2000, an estimated 51 million tuned in to see Richard Hatch win Survivor Season 1. Finally, in 2005, Gonzo journalist Hunter S. Thompson's ashes were shot out of a cannon at his Colorado ranch. Now there's some Memphis freaking history. But you needed a phone. A show. Be ready for whatever Mother Nature has up her sleeve. Get the latest AccuWeather forecast right here on KFYR. Today, 35 years in prison for Bradley Manning. The Army WikiLeaker just sentenced at Fort Meade, where Fox News Radio's Jared Halpern is live.
The Judge Colonel Denise Lynn saying nothing to Private Manning before delivering the sentence. 35 years of confinement, reduction of rank, forfeiture of pay, and a dishonorable discharge. Manning was convicted last month on 20 counts, including espionage, for handing over hundreds of thousands of documents to the website WikiLeaks. During his court-martial later, the 25-year-old Oklahoma native apologized.
Dave, Jared Nadal Hassan is defending himself at Fort Hood, but not really. Fox News Radio's Evan Brown, live at the Army Post.
Dave, Nidal Hassan's only words in front of the military jury were, "The defense rests." He called no witnesses. He did not testify or do anything to suggest non-guilt in the 13 murders and 32 attempted murders he's charged with. Now Hassan, the judge, and the prosecutors are discussing the proper instructions for the jury deliberations, which will include lesser offenses. Closing arguments now scheduled for tomorrow morning here, Dave.
Syria denies this, but rebels and activists claim troops launched a poison gas attack near Damascus, killing at least 100. There are international calls for UN inspectors to investigate. Amid the political chaos in Egypt, the president, forced out 2 years ago, will be set free. Fox News Radio's Kimberly Adams, live in Cairo.
Dave, prosecutors here in Cairo say they won't challenge the release of former President Hosni Mubarak, according to the Reuters news agency. Mubarak is awaiting retrial for failing to defend protesters during the country's 2011 revolution. His original conviction was thrown out, and he's been in jail since on corruption charges. At the same time, security forces arrested 2 more supporters of deposed President Mohamed Morsi today. Dave?
Kimberly, the rise in mortgage rates not slowing the housing market. Previously owned home sale jumped nearly 7% last month. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced. Dear Red John, Price is Right live stage show. TV's longest running game show. Friday on 11 at the Bismarck Civic Center. Presented by KF News. Fantastic prizes. Tons of fun. Tickets on sale now at the box office by phone at Ticketmaster.com. Necessary. The legal U.S. resident 18 years old. To register as a contestant, visit the main box office until 3 hours before the show. Other contestants will be selected in a random drawing. Complete rules and regulations. Visit the venue box office. Prohibited. This Wednesday, the Independent Beef Association of North Dakota, along with the U.S. Cattlemen's Association, is hosting a fundraiser dinner at Dean's Steakhouse in Mandan. The event starts at 5:30 and includes an update on the cool case from USDA's Executive VP Jess Peterson and an opportunity to ask questions and contribute to the effort. We hope you can make it this Wednesday night to Dean's Steakhouse to show your support for our nation's cattle producers. Check out USCoolDefenseFund.org for additional information and ways you can donate today. And we hope to see you all this Wednesday at Dean's Steakhouse in Mandan. Countdown is on to the sold-out 2013 iHeartRadio Music Fest. And the only way into the biggest live music event in radio history is to win. The sold-out 2013 iHeartRadio Music Festival, starring Elton John, Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Maroon 5, Justin Timberlake, Paul, Tiesto, Chris Brown, Keegan, The Gap, Ted, Phoenix, Kesha, Rita Clark, Minaj, Drake, Kim Carter, Rare, John Ferris, like Queen, featuring Adam Lambert and surprise guests. The sold-out 2013 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Listen here for us to tell you to text WIN. We swear I can't believe it happened. Details at iHeartRadio.com/Vegas. Listen to WIN for the cue to text. Keep it here on KFYR. Checking out the movie
Instruments' City of Bones, about a New York City woman who finds out she's descended from a long line of demon slayers. Based on a series of young adult books, this could be the next Twilight. Lily Collins, Lena Headey, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, CCH Pounder, and Kevin Zeger star. New for the weekend is Your Next, which has a gang of axe-wielding mass murderers disrupting a family reunion, forcing men to fight back. Shawnee Benson, Nicholas Tucci, Whitney Glenn, and A.J. Bowen star in this horror thriller. Also opening this weekend is The World's End, reuniting Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and director Edgar Wright in a sci-fi comedy about a group of friends determined to finish an epic pub crawl in the middle of an alien invasion. Martin Freeman and Rosamund Pike also star. Still in theaters are last weekend's box office champ Lee Daniels The Butler, We're the Millers, Elysium, Kick-Ass 2, Planes, Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, and Jobs, plus Two Guns, Smurfs 2, and Wolverine. And that's your weekend box office preview on iHeartRadio. This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take this time to breathe deeply and close your eyes. Right now, you're completely in control. Unlike the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk, or when you tried removing those raccoons from the basement. Concentrate on the soothing sound of my voice. Release the memory of when you wrestled with that beehive in your son's treehouse. Let go of the time you thought that skunk was a cat, or when you pulled into the garage with your son's bike on top of the car. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Adopt U.S. Kids and the Ad Council. What's your mind, Farbush? OneCatLike.com. I'm Steve Bach along with Scott Hennen. 701-258-0550, 1-800-228-0550. Studio at whatsonyourmindradio.com. If you'd like to drop us an email, I apologize for my summer cold. They are the worst, but they don't do air conditioning too well. Again, they had to get cranked up this weekend a little bit, so I'm suffering the effects of that a little bit right now. Of course, it is Wednesday today. That means but one thing. Our very own Congressman Kevin Cramer is going to be joining us here in just a few minutes. This hour of the program brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Council, and they're a proud sponsor of What's on Your Mind. We thank them. Of course, the North Dakota Petroleum Council is the oil industry's top spokesfolks, creating thousands of good jobs, creating careers in North Dakota, and helping to solve the challenges of our state's growth. To find out more, go to NorthDakotaOilCan.com. North Dakota Petroleum Council brings you this portion of the What's on Your Mind program, and Congressman Kevin Cramer is on the phone, ready for another Talk Radio Town Hall with us. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
Hey, Scott and Steve, good to be with you guys.
Thank you.
Summer cold.
I'm working on that. They are the worst, aren't they?
Well, I told him there are such things as remedies for them, but he's not taking me up on anything other than.
Are you saying he's not very disciplined?
I think he's just toughing it out. He's a tough guy.
I see. Oh, he's a tough guy. Yeah.
He was going to the doc later today, so I said, tell the doctor, in addition to fixing my shoulder, give me something for this cough. Cough for 20 seconds, but we'll see what happens. Yes, we see you've announced some coffee with Cramer events. We're going to give folks in and around Bismarck, Minot, and Dickinson a chance to find out about those in a moment, but we don't want to keep our callers waiting. And our first,
Scott, if I could, before I call, we had a caller a couple of weeks ago that asked a question about alternative cancer research, and I didn't know the answer, and I wanted, if I could, just give you what I've learned since then about that, and that is that the National Cancer Institute has been contacted and says it actually has an Office of Cancer Complementary and Alternative Medicine, which does support research in areas with a lot of government funding. And so there's two things. One
question, but you did, and hopefully that caller's still listening today, and that's what we encourage you. If you do ask a question, don't get your answer. Join us every Wednesday, and we'll do that. Here's how you join this talk radio town hall. Pretty simple. Pick up the telephone, dial 800-228-0550. You can also email your questions into studio at whatsonyourmindradio.com. Mark in Bismarck, you're first to go for Congressman Kevin Cramer on today's Talk Radio Town Hall. Go ahead, Mark.
Yes, good day, Kevin. This is Mark Kuzman here. Good morning. My message is in reference to Rick Clayburg's talking about banking. I was wondering where you stand on the lady, Linda Sender, that has introduced Return to Prudent Banking Act of 2013, H.R. 129, in order to strengthen our financial system of the United States and probably put an end to this Frank Todd stuff that's been going on where there's no real law and order in the financial banking system of this country. Well, I have to do a little more research, Mark, specifically on H.R. 129. There are some bills that have been introduced and others that have been talked about to do everything from repealing parts of to repealing all of the Dodd-Frank legislation. Certainly, we need to make some improvements. There's even a bill that's gaining some momentum that actually returns us back into the days before this massive consolidation, and that would break up the very large banks and make sure that we don't have this too big to fail situation. So, that would require lending institutions and not do the equity piece of it, not bring so much of lenders' money at risk. So there are a number of bills out there. I'm sure I'm supportive of some of the components, but I'm not completely familiar with specifically with H.R. 129. But that's one of those things, guys. We'll look more at it when we're off air or sometime, of course, the next week, and maybe have more of a specific response from Mark next week.
It sounds like
we went through 50 years with Franklin Roosevelt's Glass-Steagall Banking Act that was put in place to correct the mess back then, and a lot of upper people that understand banking and world international banking and what it's affecting most of our world here now is this, there's no law and order and all these derivatives, and our biggest problem is people to understand that we don't have no production behind all this debt. There has been production in the United States at one time made our own credit for the production of increase in technology for the United States. It was basically that increase for technology to make our life better for humanity. And so since we got away from not having any credit available, that literally helps out all this humongous amount of debt. No credit made available through our U.S. Treasury Department, or at one time we used to have a national bank, but that's... Well, I can tell you that I have looked, Mark, very closely and continue to at a return to some form of Glass-Steagall. You can say what you want about it, but it worked for all of those years, and this too big to fail situation where exactly as you described it is obviously not worked very, very well. It's not worked well at all, and especially in places like North Dakota, where many of the regulations on our small community banks, and even our larger lending institutions, are such that it makes it almost impossible for them to do the very things that we need them to do in terms of whether it's mortgage lending or business lending or whatever the case might be. There needs to be, we can do better, Mark. We can do better.
Appreciate the call, Mark. Thank you. 800-228-0550. He referenced our conversation with Rick Clayburg, president of the North Dakota Bankers Association, and we had Rick on to talk about the recent visit of the FDIC had at the invite of Senator Heidi Heitkamp. Senator Heitkamp said at that event that she was trying to get to whether or not bankers were trying to, here's the specific quote from the story. Heitkamp said she's talking to bankers trying to learn whether they are just afraid of regulations or whether they are economically burdensome. She said she thinks it's probably a combination of the two. What Rick Clayburg said is essentially that they'd like community banks to be regulated as they were previously rather than under the Frank Dodd regulations, because those were really for bigger banks, and those sins weren't committed by community banks, and what's happening is, in fact, it's making it more difficult for community banks to offer loans in the community.
Scott, I mean, anybody paying a little attention knows most of the hiring that's been done at our community banks have been to comply with regulations.
lot, Frank. Is that an opportunity, or is that someplace we should look at doing?
Well, I don't. I would say that maybe what we ought to do sometimes is have Jeb Henschel on either on the show or a separate show. Jeb has got some legislation. He's from Texas. He's chairman of the banking committee, and he's got some legislation that he's going to be rolling out here after the August recess that deals with banking directly. Now, I don't know if it's the kind of thing that I'm all in favor of. I haven't seen all of the details yet. I think there's some situations that could be problematic for mortgage lending and for home building. But I don't think Congress is afraid to deal with it. It may not be an all-out deal, but I'm telling you that this idea of a return to Glass-Steagall is getting some momentum, certainly on the Democrat side, and there are more and more Republicans taking a look at it as well.
Congressman Kevin Cramer is with us today as a talk radio town hall. Your chance to ask him anything and everything. He's just back from Israel. Was not able to join us last week. Pinch hit on talk radio town hall last week. Senator John Hoeven was here in your stead. But we want to find out about that trip, and as well as I mentioned at the top of the program, you've made an announcement today about some coffee with Cramer events. We want to talk about that. There's been a clamor for during the recess to have an opportunity to interact with members of Congress. Of course, you do that every week with us on talk radio, but we want to know what you're hoping to accomplish in Bismarck on Thursday next week, and Minot on Tuesday the 3rd, and on Friday in Dickinson on September 6th. So those will be in the coming days and weeks. Just about a half minute before the break, so we'll wait for your answer till the other side of the break. Talk about the town halls, talk about your trip, and welcome more of your calls, questions, and comments for Congressman Kevin Cramer on the Talk Radio Town Hall today. Here's the number, 701-258-0550, 800-228-0550. If you're giving me your calls. More on What's on Your Mind after this. Scott and Steve will be right back with What's on Your Mind. Call now, 800-228-0550. Start your journey to health and wellness today with Youngevity. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Hennen. You've heard the ads for Youngevity. You've heard the stories. I have dug into this a little bit, and I tell you what, this company, this product really excites me. Talk to folks who work at losing weight, bodies literally starving for minerals and trace elements as well as key vitamins, and then they found Youngevity. Products like Beyond, Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. Start taking them and lose weight in a short period of time. Get results. So listen up, listeners. Go to flagfamily.com. Flagfamily.com. Youngevity, by the way, has hundreds and hundreds of products, but these three are very key to immediate success. You'll see the changes in the way you look, feel, and in your appetite almost immediately. So let's get started on a journey to better health and better wellness today. Flagfamily.com. Click the Youngevity link to find out more and get started. Flagfamily.com Youngevity link. KeepItLocal.com, the Northland's most respected auto shopping website for over 10 years. Whether you're looking to buy or sell a car, truck, SUV, or boat, KeepItLocal.com keeps it simple. With hundreds of dealers and private sellers, our inventory changes daily. We are the source for finding your next auto or power sport item. Remember, KeepItLocal.com. We keep it simple.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
There's no fee. Never bet on a horse named Tripod. Never go cliff diving with a guy named Cliff. It's just too many cliffs. Never tell a zombie he looks like death warmed over. And never trust a car that hasn't been trusted to Midas. Save on brakes, tires, maintenance, and total car care. For a car you can depend on long after the warranty expires. You deserve the Midas touch. Get 10% off any service over $100. Excludes tires, batteries, and oil. Discount off regular price before tax. Most vehicles at participating Midas.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it? Open up. Roll it out. Cut it down. Swap it out.
Moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your kids healthier. Search Food Can online to find doable food activities that you can use
Studio at whatsonyourmindradio.com. We're powered by SeanCadillac.com. And talking with Kevin Cramer. It is Wednesday, just like we do each and every Wednesday, except for last Wednesday when you were on a little trip. We're going to talk about that trip coming up in just a few minutes. But Kevin, tell us about these town halls you've got coming up. Thursday, August 30th, Tuesday, September 3rd, and Friday, September 6th. You're going to be in Bismarck, you're going to be in Minot, and you're going to be in Dickinson.
Well, what we're doing, Steve, is when I ran for this job a couple of years ago, not even this most recent election, but the previous one, I started a series of events called Coffee with Cramer. And not only is it a good alliteration, but I love coffee. Chris and I are both big coffee drinkers and enjoy various coffee shops around our state. And so, coffee is the best place to have a good discussions over a cup of coffee. It happens around kitchen tables and coffee shops all around our country and our state. And so, I've chosen to use that sort of a format as a way to communicate with people in addition to the weekly radio show and several other events that we do throughout the year. But this is just the public's opportunity to come and meet with me and talk about whatever's on their mind, to use your line. And that includes everything from the big issues of the day to very specific issues that they need, some specific casework, and whatever might be on their mind or their heart. It's the opportunity for me to hear directly from them. We're scheduling some more in the eastern part of the state. We're trying to work it around, other things that are already scheduled. As you know, we get invited to participate in a lot of things, so that sort of dictates travel, and then go from there and try to fill in with other events that are open to the public. So, you can tell you have more of the details right there than I even have in terms of where the events are in these three communities in the next couple of weeks. But
Thursday the 30th, 9 o'clock Central Time till 10 o'clock. You're going to be at the Bismarck Coffee with the Cramer event at Lucky Duck's Deli on 307 North 3rd Street in Bismarck. Then Tuesday, September 3rd, 4:30 p.m. Central Time to 5:30 p.m. Central Time. You're going to be in Minot at the Beaver Brew, 1100 North Broadway in Minot. And on Friday, September 6th, 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, you're going to be at Dickinson Coffee with Cramer at the Perkins Meeting Room at 188 Museum Drive in Dickinson.
All right, back to the calls. Bob in Minot, your question for Congressman Kevin Cramer on our Talk Radio Town Hall. It's 701-258-0550. All your questions and comments welcome today. Go ahead, Bob.
Yes, I'm up in the Minot area, and last week the Air Force was moving something, and they had all kinds of security with it. It was a big deal, and then a couple hours after all that got moved, I saw a car pulled over by some kind of law enforcement, and it wasn't a paint job that I recognized. And when I got closer, I saw that there was big police letters written on the side of it, and it said he could not name of a city. And I googled it a little bit, and it seems like it's something new, and
Bob, you're breaking up.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
There you go, Bob.
What did it say on the side of the squad car, Bob? We missed that part. Doesn't sound like the best cell phone connection. Now, why don't you try one more time, Bob? Yeah, he's cutting in and out. Apologize for that. Maybe Bob can give us a call back. Any idea about what he's talking about, that particular incident, or any?
Yeah, I don't have any idea. I'm not familiar with the incident. I mean, so obviously up there where we have the ICBMs. Sometimes they might be moving something related to that. I don't know. And I lost him in terms of what was said on the side of the vehicle, so I don't have any idea.
Some sort of different police force that he was curious about whether they're there. Bob, if you can give us a call back, we'll try and get some more details there so we give Kevin a chance to talk a little bit about that as well. Why were you in Israel? Tell us about the trip last week.
Well, I was part of a congressional delegation, a group of members, there were 22 of us, led by Majority Leader Eric Cantor, sponsored by the American Israeli Education Foundation, to give us a first-hand view of the situation that they deal with in a very rough neighborhood. So we had briefings with the Israeli Defense Minister, head of intelligence, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, President Shimon Peres, as well as the lead negotiator
Syria. Was there a heightened sense of security? Was there worry when you were over there?
There wasn't, one thing about Israel's a very safe place in and of itself. It gets this mortar fire, it gets these rockets launched at them, of course. I read in the paper today that there was actually a little incident in the West Bank yesterday that where a Palestinian was killed by Israeli forces. So there's always these skirmishes going on, but we were, of course, very safe and never felt unsafe, quite honestly. Besides our own security detail, the Israeli security detail, the State Department provided security as well for us. But as a country, it's a very thriving, entrepreneurial, modern nation. Israel is certainly not in the nations around it, Jordan and Egypt, Syria, of course, not so much, but certainly on the Israeli side, it's a very safe and thriving country. But they live with the constant fear of two things: not only the nuisance, if you will, the constant barrage around them and their neighborhood, but of course the ultimate, and that is the existential threat of Iran, which was the focus of much of our discussion with the leaders of Israel, was what to do about Iran, because their quest for nuclear weapons is clear and obvious and they're well on their way. Centrifuges now numbering something like 50 or more, and the enrichment of uranium being at about 20%. It's getting dangerously close to that red line that Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke about in the United Nations. And that's the one we all have to be worried about, because clearly Israel, as they call it, is the little Satan, and the United States is the big Satan. Israel is the first target on the way to us. So it's an area that requires our diligence.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. By the way, Bob is back from Minot. We also have Matt in Bismarck and Jen in Bismarck. A question on state home loans. Stay tuned for that. This portion of the program brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Council. The oil industry is creating thousands of good jobs and careers in North Dakota. Find out more at NorthDakotaOilCan.com. Look, and Scott Hennen want to know what's on your mind. Call us at 800-228-0550.
That's right, Adriana. StopSmellNow.com can get the stink or odor out of anybody's life permanently guaranteed. We offer a 100% odor-free guarantee. If we can't get the stink out or the smell out, we'll give you a 100% money-back guarantee. But now, this is a special alert to all the farmers out there. We've had a lot of phone calls lately about mold smell in your cabs of your combines, tractors, and trucks, even some cars. What we're offering this week is our super treatment to all the farmers. If you take advantage of our super treatment, decontaminate your tractors, combines, cars, trucks this week, we're going to offer $15 off and free shipping on our super treatment. Go to StopSmellNow.com or call us at 855-800-ODOR. Let us take the stink out of your life.
And it's time to check in with Jay Weather over to ENG Lending. Hello, Jay.
Hello, good morning, friends, listeners. Steve, a lot of people got pay raises yesterday.
We did?
Yes, for the parents that have kindergartners. And a lot of parents, no more daycare.
That's how that works.
But think about this on the refinancing side. How people look at saving money, and hey, that's a great benefit. On our refinances right now, we've been saving clients on average between $250 to over $1,000 a month on their refinances and reducing their monthly cash outflow. What does that mean? Pretty much passive least resistance. Put more money back in your pocket where it belongs. You can pay the debt off sooner. These are fixed interest rates. No prepayment penalties. These rates are at or near historical rates. We have a booming economy. The savings, the benefits that we can pass along to you is tremendous. How do you get a hold of us? Remember, everything starts with a free confidential phone call consultation. Home loan specialist going on 17 years. Again, every time I talk about rates or programs or anything with our clients, we're always talking about fixed interest rates and no prepayment penalties. This does not hinder your credit. All it does is save you and your family a bunch of money. If you're a current homeowner right now, give us a call for a free confidential consultation at 250-8166. That's 250-8166. Again, 250-8166. 8166. All I want to do is give you a so-called pay raise per se and save you and your family a bunch of money. Everybody out there have a great and safe day and enjoy life.
Hey, Jay, did I just see that interest rates were going to go up, so you really don't want to dally with this, do you?
You know, I can't disagree with you. The rates have been bouncing up a little bit higher, and so even on the purchasing or refinancing, there's such a tremendous offering that we can do being home loan specialists.
Jay, once again, how do you get hold of you?
250-8166. That's 250-8166.
Thank you, Jay Wandler, over to ENG Lending.
This is What's on Your Mind from the studios of KFYR Bismarck, KCJB in Minor, KLTC Dickinson, AM 1100 The Flag, Fargo Moorhead, AM 1090 in the Bakken, KTGO. We got you covered across the Northern Plains today. Welcome your calls for Congressman Kevin Cramer and his weekly talk radio town hall, 800-228-0550-701-258-0550. Bob in Minot has got a better connection now and can better explain a little bit more about that squad car he saw that concerned him. Go ahead, Bob.
Yes, I am not sure if it had anything to do with the Air Force movement that was going on, but it was like a couple hours afterwards I saw a car pulled over by law enforcement of some sort that said police on the side. And I looked closer and I think it said America Police, but it wasn't any city police whatsoever, and it was west of Minot, between Minot and Berthold, and some kind of police force that I've never seen before, and so I was just wondering if anybody knows anything about that.
Before you answer, Kevin, I just want to throw in what an off-air caller shared with us. Said it was the vehicle you were talking about was most likely a police escort from Air Force OSI agents who helped transport precious or important cargo or people. Did you say anything about OSI on it?
No, I did not. I didn't stop. I looked at it on the way by, and it said something America or National Police.
Got it.
Boy, that's a new one on me, so I don't know if it's, it sounds like it might be something affiliated with the Air Force, but you know, it could be, I suppose it's possible it could be some sort of immigration or border police as well. I really do not know, but I'll tell you what, Bob, we'll check into it. I mean, we certainly can find out. I don't think there'll be any trouble for us to make a couple calls and find out. Maybe we'll get back to you guys either before the end of the show or, you know, or in the next day or two.
We have another listener here that might have an explanation. Let's see, Matt in Bismarck. You know what Bob's talking about?
Yeah, I've seen vehicles too. A lot of times they're Suburbans and they say federal police on the side. Before I moved to North Dakota, in the state that I'm from, we started seeing a lot of those around. Started probably about 5-6 years ago, and I went to my local state representative and asked him. I said, you know, what are these federal police? And he said it was INS, Immigration and Border Patrol. But I do see them a lot running around up and down 94 quite often.
Thanks for the phone call, Matt. Interesting. Thanks, very interesting.
We'll check into that.
Let's go to Jenny in Bismarck. What's on your mind today for Congressman Kevin Cramer?
Hi. I have a question for Congressman Cramer, obviously. And I've heard him kind of talk about the cultural decline in America. And I certainly agree with that. You know, I'm a proud stay-at-home mom. I love to take care of my kids at home. And I think that women just really need to stop trying to be men. And I'm wondering what he thinks we can do to make that happen.
Sure. Generally, an important question, an important point. And I appreciate the thought, Jen's decision. I will say that to the degree that the government does anything to dissuade or discourage that, whether it's through tax policy or some other economic policy, I think it's completely inappropriate. At the same time, there are women who choose other, you know, to go other routes and to choose other professions in their lives, and we certainly want to honor that. We're a nation of opportunities, and I applaud women who want to do that as well. But at the same time, I think the government, what we ought to be doing is always looking for ways to encourage and not discourage, you know, people's we almost had to hit the ditch, and my heart's still pumping because I'm glad I'm alive. But I just want to let other people know there was a tornado out west of London at 1:30 this morning. So for anyone who didn't find out about it.
All right, very interesting. Thank you, Judy. Glad you're safe and sound. Let's go to Jeff in West Fargo for Congressman Kevin Cramer. Go ahead, Jeff. You're up.
Conrad Cramer, how you doing today? I'm well, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, you know, these off-marked vehicles that are going on these checkpoints, they've started in Texas, and every time you talk to a politician, I don't know nothing about it. And all the people know it's just the excess of our times. And I'm going to tell you, Kevin, you start with this crap in North Dakota with these checkpoints that are in Texas, you're going to have a civil war, a revolution in North Dakota. I'm sure I only heard about half of that, about every other word, but I don't know if you guys heard it better, but
Jeff, I think the assertion is Jeff saying, "Gosh, you know about this, Kevin. This is a federal police force and Big Brother at work." Is the gist of what I got out of it?
Oh, huh. Yeah, I guess if it is, I'm certainly not familiar with it. It'd be a hard vote in Congress to pass, to pass something like that would send a federal police force into places like North Dakota just for no reason. So I have no idea what it is, but we'll check into it and see what kind of a police force it is. I suspect, like I said, either has something to do with immigration and illegal immigration, or it has something to do with the Air Force Base would be my guess.
701-258-0550, 1-800-228-0550, or email the studio at whatsonyourmindradio.com. Your questions, comments, calls for Congressman Kevin Cramer. Let's go to Tony in Bismarck. What's on your mind today, Tony?
Congressman, I saw the president announce that the Keystone Pipeline, which most people agree is a good thing for all of us, and energy independence for this country, and he announced that there were only 50 to 100 jobs that would be created by that. I don't think I misunderstood him, but I would have expected a very strong response from Senators Heitkamp and Senator Hovind did tell me that he got a few lines in the Grand Forks Herald, but what's your thought on that?
Well, it's a very, very, first of all, it's a wrong statement. I tend to want to give the president the benefit of the doubt, say he either misspoke or he misunderstands the real value of it. But one of the things I have said many times in response to the president's continuing to poo-poo the number of jobs associated with the Keystone Pipeline is when he says the construction of jobs are only temporary jobs. So never mind the 50 to 100 that he's talking about. I think he's talking about the actual running of the pipeline once it's up and built. I suspect it's actually more than that, but even if that's all that it is, Tony, the construction jobs are real jobs. And if you're to say that the construction jobs, which are thousands of construction jobs, and building the Keystone Pipeline are only temporary, you can say that about every construction job in America. You can say that about highway. You can say that about every time somebody builds a house. You can say, well, those carpenters are only have a temporary job because they're only building this house. When it's done, they're done. Well, yeah, and all of that, one after another, is in aggregate is what creates a manufacturing economy, which is a good, strong, solid economy. And the president is flat out wrong. He's naive at best about the impact. Now, throw on top of that, Tony, that the building of the Keystone Pipeline, in addition to the construction jobs and all the spin-off, the steel that's manufactured, the trucking industry that is utilized, the restaurants and the hotels and the grocery stores and the hardware stores and all the others that benefit from the pharmacies and everyone else that benefits from having a vibrant workforce in your community, all of that's real to the economy. And then on top of that, you have access to more markets for domestic and Canadian crude oil, which has an even more enormous economic benefit. I think it is a fundamental misunderstanding or at least a difference in the understanding of how our national and the global economy works. The president's flat wrong about it.
Kevin, this came up yesterday on Energy Matters. A question was asked about how much North Dakota oil would be pumped through the Keystone. Some of the numbers I heard were 200,000 barrels. Now it's down to 100,000 barrels. What are we looking at? What's the best estimate that you have?
The deal that was made with TransCanada for support of the Keystone Pipeline several
Kevin Cramer. Go ahead, Tom. You're up next.
Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to say that I think Representative Cramer is doing an outstanding job, but I do have a real concern with President Obama. It seems like President Obama kind of picks and chooses what laws that are on the books that have been passed by Congress that he is going to adhere to, that he is going to follow, and that he is going to enforce. The Defense of Marriage Act is probably a real good example where he said that will not be enforced. There's been other laws where he has simply said that will not be enforced. The question I have is this something that other presidents have done, do you think, maybe on a irregular basis, or is this pretty much unprecedented with President Obama? And how do you feel about that? I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah. Well, Tom, thanks for the call and the question. Point, in my study of history, is that this is unprecedented in terms of just how regularly he picks and chooses which laws not to enforce. I think one could probably find an example with several presidents, perhaps with everyone, to some degree, where the enforcement of a law was delayed for some reason, perhaps because the law enforcement wasn't ready. But you could go all the way back to Ronald Reagan, and when he did immigration reform, one of the concerns and complaints people had about him since 1986 is that his administration didn't enforce border security the way that the law required you to do it. This president, though, has taken it to a whole new level. I mean, whether it's the IRS, and let's face it, the most recent one is actually the delay of implementation of the employer mandate for Obamacare. Well, it isn't really a rule or a new regulation as it's oftentimes presented. What it is a decision by the president to enforce the IRS.
Kevin, hold that thought. We're up against the break. When we come back, we'll let you finish and we'll talk to Stephen Bismarck. I'm Steve Bach along with Scott Hennen. Follow us on Twitter. Find the easy links at whatsonyourmindradio.com.
If you need a building for any reason, you need Bach and Bruce. We're talking hangars. Yeah, as in put airplanes in there. We're talking industrial uses. We're talking garages, workshops, trucking, agriculture, horse barns, arenas, storage buildings, warehouse. They built churches. They built schools. They built fire and police stations. And guess what? If you call them and get a free quote, you're going to see why thousands and thousands of people in the Bakken every day are finding out why legacy steel buildings are the industry leader in providing superior quality, service, and durability at the most competitive prices. But here's the deal. Everybody tells you that, right? It sounds like a sales pitch. Call Bach and Bruce Anker, and the team at Legacy Steel Buildings. 800-237-9620. Bruce and his brother Wayne and their family have been building buildings in this part of the world forever. They'll help you out. 800-237-9620. Tell them Scott sent you.
It's a modern-day gold rush, like gold, that is. North Dakota is the nation's second leading oil producer, pumping out over 793,000 barrels a day. Stop. This just in. Apex is hiring mechanical engineers and plumbers now. The right candidates earn $25 to $35 an hour depending on experience. Call Jim at 701-651-6753. That's 701-651-6753. Apex USA is an equal opportunity employer.
Get set for a vacation of a lifetime with River Pilot Tours. They have a motorcycle tour for you. Fly to Rapid City, South Dakota, Village, Montana, or Denver, Colorado. Select a Harley or an off-road dual sport, your choice, and ride for 4 days. Hotel accommodations included for all 4 days. They'll even recommend an itinerary to ensure you have a great time. All for only $1,500. Call River Pilot 307-222-6347. 307-222-6347. Or visit riverspilot.com. That's riverspilot.com.
Hello, I'm Aaron, a student at Hillsdale College. Here's Hillsdale President Larry Hart on the continuing relevance of the Constitution.
Many argue today that the Constitution is outdated because it addresses problems peculiar to the 18th century so long ago. Consider the injunction against titles of nobility in Article 9, Section 1 of the Constitution. But is that outdated? The purpose of that injunction is to prevent the partisan bestowal of special privileges by the government, which privileges strike at the heart of a free society which is based on the rule of law. Look at crony capitalism today, so common, whereby the government bestows favors and tax dollars on some businesses, and it gives them a leg up over others. This is a striking example of what the Constitution was meant to prohibit, and a striking illustration of why the Constitution is not outdated at all.
This Constitution Minute was brought to you by Hillsdale College. To join the national conversation on the Constitution, go to constitutionminute.com.
What if you got rewarded for every good decision? What if your heart had a special way of letting you know it appreciates your healthy choices?
I've got to get my family to eat more vegetables.
Amazing!
And instead of cooking with butter tonight, I think I'll saute our veggies with heart-healthy oil.
You're a genius! So really, would your food choices pay off in heart health? Did you know that when you replace bad fats with healthier fats, like those in canola or other vegetable oils, it can lower bad cholesterol levels, and that's good for your heart. Here's a winning idea. Take up the challenge for good health, because the you of the future will say,
Fantastic!
learn more at heart.org/facethefacts. Canola Info proudly supports the American Heart Association's Face the Facts campaign.
Your opportunity to talk with Congressman Kevin Cramer concerning what is going on with Washington and North Dakota, and so much going on right now. And let's get back to the phone calls. 701-258-0550, 1-800-228-0550. Let's go to Steve in Bismarck. What's on your mind today for the Congressman?
Yeah, is this the big radio show?
Yes, it is, Steve. What's on your mind today for Congressman Kevin Cramer?
Yeah, Congressman Cramer, yeah. Well, I'm sitting here in the homestead where I grew up in Bismarck, and, I'm just wondering about safety. You were recently quoted in the paper that you're afraid to go onto the reservation. What about domestic violence? What about those women that go shopping out in Williston that they're not supposed to go there after dark? What, I'm not, how are you going to keep the people safe in North Dakota all the way from Washington? What are you doing? Come on, let's go down to the reservation. What are you afraid of? Okay, Kevin, now, I'm not sure what Steve's point is. I've been on all of the reservations. In fact, I've had a very productive meeting up on Spirit Lake Reservation with their chairman, and all of the reservations a number of times. Met with all of the tribal chairmen, and in fact, have received a big deal of political support in recent weeks from various tribes from around the country because of my advocacy for tribes. So I'm not really sure what that has to do with the parking lots in Williston, but at any rate, local security really is a local issue and a police issue for local, municipal, and county sheriffs and the states. To the degree that Congress can support that the efforts of local police officers and law enforcement research.
I think Steve has a strong future in acting, though. That accent was really a gem of a beauty there for us. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that.
Not really good, yeah.
No, but he's trying hard to disguise that voice, whoever he is. But somebody out there knows who it is. Facebook question. Robert says, please ask Congressman Cramer to do all he can to get the conservation compliance tied to crop insurance out of the Farm Bill agreement. Last thing we need to have is tree huggers telling us how to farm. Your reaction?
Well, that's a fact, and we did separate it in the House version of the Farm Bill. The Senate is tied the two together. They currently are not tied together in the current Farm Bill, so we want to keep it that way. It's going to be tough because the fact is that Debbie Stabenow, the chairman of the Senate Agriculture Committee, is really, really feels strongly about keeping them tied together. That would be very detrimental to North Dakota farmers. In sort of anticipation of that, though, I did get an amendment introduced and passed on the House side that takes away the discretion of the federal government in terms wildlife and through people. So I appreciate that. We're going to do everything we can to keep them separated, and if we don't prevail, at least we have the backstop, if you will, of the Cramer Amendment.
Let's get back to the phone with Dean and Donnybrook. What's on your mind for Congressman Kevin Cramer?
Yes, my question here, North Dakota's unique constitution, I'm wondering about why we don't have a refinery. I checked, and a long-term profit on a barrel of oil, the refinery is $6.32. If you figure 100,000 barrel a day refinery, you're talking 632,000 plus that costs $10 a barrel to get the crude shipped out. And they can even have one of Devil's Lake to use some of the Devil's Lake water because it's reverse osmosis when they put it back in, so it's actually in better shape when you put it back in. Sure. So if you're talking about an oil refinery, I take it, Dean, and we have two oil refineries in North Dakota under construction right now, and they're the only two that have been constructed in the United States in the last 40 plus years. So we are unique up here, but the thing about refining oil products into refined products is that economically it works best with where the refined products will be sold into the market. And so we have a high demand in North Dakota for diesel fuel. So we have two small diesel refineries under construction, one up in the Berthold Indian Reservation, the other one out near Dickinson. And both of them are domestic in the sense that they're North Dakota entities that are actually investing in building the refineries. So we're leading the way. We just need to do more in other parts of the country to do the same thing and roll back some of the regulations that make it nearly impossible to build refineries these days. What we really have is a wall that we're hitting, and a lot of that demand wall is based on the lack of infrastructure like refineries.
Appreciate the call. Real short answer here because we're up against the clock. What are Congressman Cramer's plans to get a flying mission back and save guard positions in the North Dakota Guard after we did so much over a decade to support the war on terror?
Well, the North Dakota Guard has several very important missions. What it doesn't have right now, and what I think that the message is a manned flying mission, but we do have unmanned flying missions, and we also have some very exciting future missions that may or may not involve manned aircraft. I think the North Dakota National Guard is perhaps one of the best positioned guards in the country for the future of especially the Air Force needs and uses going forward. If we continue to try and get a manned mission in North Dakota for our National Guard, but we also want to continue down paths that are that recognize the future is in other areas as well.
Kevin, we're up against the clock. A pleasure as usual. Don't forget to check out Kevin's town hall meetings coming up around the state as well.
And he'll be back next Wednesday for another Talk Radio Town Hall on What's on Your Mind. God bless you, folks. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.